Hello everyone, Brian here with Product Impressions. I've been looking at stepping up some of the clothing that I've been wearing for a little while. I've typically bought most of my clothes, polo shirts, t-shirts, things like that, from Target or Uniqlo, places like that, which tend to be fairly cheap, less than $10 for a t-shirt. Uniqlo might go up to like $20 or $30. The polo shirts tend to be less than $20, maybe up to $30. Not terribly expensive. And they also don't seem to last terribly long. So I thought I would try out some other products from some other companies and see if they actually hold up better and if it is worth the extra expense. So in light of that, the shirt that I'm wearing here is from a brand called Kuhl, K-U-H-L, which you'll see in the title of this. This is their engineered polo, which is meant for hotter temperatures. And we also have, to try out, this is another kind of polo from them, which has a little bit more of a traditional look. This engineered one has very much the sport fabric appearance, which I was skeptical of at first, but I've been wearing it for a little while. It's been washed several times and seems to be holding up nicely, so I thought I would take the plunge and try out this other one that is a little bit more traditional looking. This is their Valiant material. This one is supposed to be about 50% wool and then a nylon blend otherwise, so it is supposed to not get smelly even with repeated wears and things like that. I've got some travel coming up, so hopefully this can help me pack a little bit lighter. So I've got that, and also this one that is Cashmerino, which is about, I believe, an 80, when I looked at the tag, 87% merino wool blend and 13% nylon. So same idea, same kind of odor control and comfort, stability-wise, temperature-wise. So I have found that the engineered polo that I'm wearing suits me and my body type fairly well. These Kuhl shirts, I have a couple of their sweatshirts as well, seem to be cut very well for a more athletic fit. I personally am about 5'11" and roughly 180 to 185 pounds. So if that gives you some reference, I will also put in some fit shots coming up shortly. But yeah, I just wanted to try out some higher quality items. These engineered ones, I believe, were about $70 each. I have this green and a black one. It was about $80, $85 something for the Valiant polo, I believe, and similar $80 for this t-shirt. That is an awful lot for a t-shirt. But I just wanted to try something new, something nice, and see how well it would hold up. So let's go ahead and get these things washed, measured, all of that, and we will see how these compare and whether or not it is worth it to really put the additional money into some of these garments. All right, I've basically been wearing nothing but these shirts from Kuhl for the past couple of months, I would say. Oftentimes wearing them multiple days at a time to see if they actually start to smell bad or anything like that, show too many wrinkles. And I must say that I am impressed. The shirt that I'm wearing right now is a green version of their engineered polo. Typically, I'm not a fan of the technical fabrics, like the sport athletic wear kind of fabrics. I usually go more towards traditional, wool, cotton, actual natural materials. Usually these just kind of look fake, but I must say that I really appreciate these because they are very breathable for warm weather. And as you can see, it fits an athletic frame fairly well. I'm about 5'11", around 180 to 185 pounds, depending on the time. So yeah, overall, I would say that this is very good. They have been washed probably at least 10 times now. I have not noted any difference in the color, or I have not seen any loose threads or anything along those lines. They have been very easy to clean. You do not put them through the dryer. I have not really tested this out, but the instructions are typically to line dry or hang dry these, so I do just put them on a rack for drying. But overall, yeah, I would say that this is very nice. Let's see how some of the others are. Here we have the same engineered polo, just in black. And I do kind of like the black. You can see they did make the emblem here gray, so it doesn't stand out too terribly much. But you can also see there's a nice little touch of a more of a shine, cool blue emblem there, which is quite nice. It's subtle, but it adds something nice to it. Once again, very pleased with this shirt. Let's see some of the next ones that actually involve wool. Here we have the Valiant polo. This one, I believe on their website says that it's supposed to be about 70% wool. When I actually got the tag, I believe it's at 57%, so that's kind of a significant difference. One thing that I would note, I have not typically worn wool ever since I was a small child and had heavy woolen sweaters that I always found kind of itchy. And I will say that while this is a much finer, lighter weight wool, you definitely still feel some of that itchiness to it. It's something that you can get used to. I typically have not had an issue with it, but for the first 15, 20 minutes, half hour that I'm wearing it, I definitely notice that there is an itchiness to the fabric. They do recommend that you don't use any fabric softeners or anything like that because apparently that can actually be damaging to the wool fibers. So I haven't used those. I have not put it through the dryer or anything like that. So I don't expect this to change in any way. But as you can see, the fit is incredibly similar to the others. This brand does seem to be really spot on the fit. So if you find what size works for you in one style, it seems like it's going to work pretty much across their line. I do have a couple of their sweatshirts where one medium is kind of snug and the other one is a little bit looser. It could be that these are meant for different purposes. One is meant to be more of a layering piece, the other more of a top piece, so that could explain it. But it is worth mentioning. Typically, as far as all of their t-shirts and polo shirts are concerned, I've been finding them to fit really spot on and be very accurate and consistent with their sizing. You can see that this is a fairly fine gauge of wool. It's very nice, very lightweight. I have not had any problem wearing it in warmer weathers, even though it is a wool blended shirt. Now the last thing that I do have is the more heavily merino chill, something like that. I'll refresh myself on the name of it, but a t-shirt that is mostly wool. And here we have the Cashmerino t-shirt. I knew it was some clever pun, play on words, portmanteau. So yes, the Cashmerino. This one is about 80% wool. And I must say that this is significantly softer than the Valiant polo. So between the two, I mean, obviously it's a very different use case for a polo shirt versus a t-shirt like this, but this is much more comfortable. And I have worn this 2 or 3 days at a time, including as an undershirt underneath dress shirts and just as a standalone t-shirt. And I say it is very good in either situation. Very comfortable as an undershirt. And even the following day, it had no smell, did not show any wrinkles or anything like that. It is a little bit longer than the polo shirts are, so you should not have much of an issue if you need to tuck this in. As I said previously, I'm about 5'11", and this definitely comes down basically to the base of the fly on any shorts or pants that I'm wearing. So definitely long enough to tuck in. It does stay tucked in reasonably well. Yeah, once again, you can see the fit, remarkably similar. Very good, slim, athletic fit for clothing. I must say I have very much enjoyed these thus far, and I've got a few more to try now. I have liked these shirts from Kuhl well enough that I decided to go ahead and try some other versions that are a little bit less expensive. That Cashmerino shirt was like $80, so that is definitely a lot for a t-shirt. But this one that I'm wearing, I believe, is called the Bravado line, and this was about $40. Rather than being a wool blend, this one is 100% organic cotton. And I must say, you can see, I still have the tags on it because it just arrived today. But thus far, just my first impression, fit seems spot on. Once again, they are very consistent in their fits. It is a little bit snugger at the neckline here, but hopefully that is something that I will get used to. Otherwise, the material is very nice, very soft. I'm going to see how this washes up and probably give a comparison between some of these because they also have another one that I believe is, yes, the SuperAir, which I'm going to put on next. All right, this one is the SuperAir. Once again, brand new, still got the tags on it. I must say it is definitely lighter weight and a little bit more breathable than the other organic cotton one that I just tried on, the Bravado. Once again, fit seems pretty spot on. Otherwise, there are very minor differences in the styling, like where exactly the seam on the shoulder falls. On the Bravado, it was a little bit further forward, and there was a seam running straight across the back up the shoulders. Here, it's pretty much a standard t-shirt cut with a seam right on the top of the shoulder and nothing on the back. Once again, fit seems very consistent, very spot on. This one, I'm not noticing quite as much the feel of the shirt at the neck, but that could be It doesn't seem like it's a variation in the sizing of it. It seems more likely that it's because it's a lighter weight material that I'm not noticing as much. But this one being, SuperAir, it is meant to be more breathable, and I can definitely tell that is going to be the case. So we're going to keep wearing these, try them out, see how it works as far as how they wash and how they keep, being that they are all cotton. It may seem kind of strange to be reviewing polo shirts from a company, or t-shirts in general, but I just wanted to kind of highlight some aspects that I think are really great about these shirts. First off, if you're a more athletic build, they fit phenomenally well. For me, they are pretty much spot on perfect. I really appreciate how they fit, as you can tell in the previous portion of this video. But another thing that I'd like to say is that I think that these are going to be really good for traveling. Just as an example of that, I have a standard PK, or peak, however you say that fabric term, polo shirt right here versus two of the polo shirts from Kuhl. Now you can see this is one, it's, this maroon color here, and then I've got the black engineered polo and the Valiant polo here. And it's about the same. Like, you can fit two of these in the same space as one of the standard polo shirts. And on top of that, you can wear these polo shirts from Kuhl for at least 2 days without there being any kind of stink. So if you are going on, say, like a long weekend, or I'm going to be traveling soon, going to be gone for about a week, I'm going to be able to pack dramatically, well, not dramatically less, but in dramatically less space with these Kuhl shirts, as opposed to a standard polo and standard material shirts. So all in all, I would say that I am really impressed with them. If you can find them on sale, I'd jump at these things. Retail price, I would still recommend them. They are quite good. If they are going to suit your body type, go for it. These are great shirts. I've actually just really loved having them. I cannot speak highly enough about them. So yeah, hopefully this has been of some use to you. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. I do my best to answer whatever I can. Like, share, subscribe. I will see you next time.